New this morning on Local 6 Saturday, crooks cashing in on charity, how scammers use fake donation bins to steal from people who need help the most. Plus, animal control crackdown, why officers need your help curbing animal abuse. And pain at the pump, where you can find the cheapest gallon of gas where you live. Kyle? Looking at what's new this morning, you're doing a good deed, dropping off clothes or toys in those big donation bins. It's rewarding, but it's also risky. You can thank scammers for that. Cyber attacks and hacks. It's happened to lots of big organizations, Twitter, Facebook, even the U.S. government. Well, now you can add Microsoft to that list. The software giant has confirmed that a small number of its computers were infected with malware, but Microsoft says there is no evidence any computer data or customer data had been affected. The security breach is being described as similar to the cyber attack disclosed by Facebook last week. Microsoft is still trying to figure out how this happened. Happening now, McCracken County animal control officers reassuring residents they're doing their job. This after a very disturbing animal abuse case this week. Animal Control Director Crystal George has only been in this position since December, but has already seized 9 dogs and a horse from neglectful situations. She says she understands why some might be hesitant to reach out and report abuse, but wants people to know you can always remain anonymous, and shelter animals are better off than they would be staying with abusive owners. Her main focus is animal safety, but she says she's also going to make sure people who shouldn't have animals don't get to keep them. Pain at the pump. For the past 30 days, we've all seen the price of gas going up and up. Right now, Hawaii has the highest average, with a gallon of gas costing $4.35. Wyoming has the cheapest, with a gallon going for $3.22. But why? Refineries say it's because they are switching to summer blends and performing maintenance. But the cost of gas is not the only thing that analysts say will be going up. They claim we'll likely pay more for food in the near future. And according to GasBuddy.com, these are the lowest prices in our area. The cheapest gallon of gas in Paducah, $3.69. In Metropolis, you are looking at $3.82 and $3.49 in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. In Union City, Tennessee, you will pay $3.69. So how has this affected you? What will you do if these prices continue to rise? What if it reaches $5 a gallon? Well, that leads us to the Facebook question of the day. Have you started to live differently since gas prices have gone up? What are some of the things you do to try and save gas money? You can join the conversation right now by heading to our Facebook fan page, and we will share some of your comments later on Local 6 Saturday. Tomorrow night, one of the biggest nights in Hollywood. Hollywood's brightest stars gather on the red carpet to see who gets to take home the Oscar. But someone has to host the show. Billy Crystal, Whoopi Goldberg, Steve Martin, they've all done it, in some cases multiple times. But tomorrow night, a rookie takes the reins, Seth MacFarlane. As Mark Barger reports, he's part of an effort to draw younger viewers. And everyone has a tip or a trick that will save you a few miles per gallon. We dispel some common money-saving myths. The time is 8:11, and you are watching Local 6 Saturday. Big companies like Walmart, Red Lobster, and Olive Garden blaming high gas prices for a drop in profits. Also, Boeing thinks they may have a fix that might be able to get the Dreamliner back into the air, and 2 office supply stores merging into one mega store. CNBC's Tyler Matheson gives us a look at the business news headlines from the past week. Have a coughing coworker, wish they just stayed home? Maybe you are that person. Well, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, last month, more Americans missed work than any other month in nearly 5 years. Nearly 3 million full-time workers called in sick, got hurt, or had a doctor's appointment and missed work. More than 1 million were out for an entire week. Those are the highest numbers since February 2008. And nearly 1/3 of Americans don't know enough about something that could save lots of money. They're called smart grids, high-tech systems making it easier and faster to watch and change energy use. A new online survey from Pike Research finds a large number of Americans don't know about smart grids, and while most are concerned about energy costs, they're not aware of or interested in ways to actually cut those costs. Sky-high gas prices have some drivers rethinking those rides. The folks at Edmunds.com want to debunk some mileage myths before you make a change. The biggest myth that your fuel economy gauge could be or should be your guide. Analysts have found that those gauges can overestimate mileage on average by more than 5%. One reason those gauges don't calculate different commutes and driving styles. You may get more real-world information through an online forum that asks other drivers about their experiences. And another myth, that cheap gas will ruin your car. In the buzz this morning, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson had a busy last couple of years. He returned to pro wrestling and headlined WrestleMania against John Cena. And just last month at the Royal Rumble, he won his 8th WWE Championship. On top of all that, he's filmed the 6th installation of the Fast and Furious series and the 2nd G.I. Joe film. In his latest movie, he plays a father who will do whatever it takes to keep his son out of jail. Here's a look at Snitch and other releases coming to theaters in this morning's box office preview. Don't forget to join the conversation this morning. Our question of the day, have you started to live differently since gas prices have gone up? What are some of the things you do to try and save money on gas? Michael Scott says, I quit going out and I do all my errands at one time. I don't go to the movies anymore. If it's not on TV, I don't watch it. Well, that's what we like to hear. We'll have more of your comments coming up. The time is now 8:26. Remember, you're watching WPSD Local 6 Saturday. You are listening to Rusty Cage by Soundgarden. Our producer just told Kyle and I that that song has nothing to do with the show.
Nothing to do with it at all.
Anything that we can make up.
So don't even try to guess.
He just likes it.
He does, and Dylan is the DJ of the morning show.
Right.
So if he likes it, we play it.
We're stuck with it.
Pretty much.
Happening now, one local state looking at ways to exempt themselves from any new federal gun laws. Kentucky State Senator Jared Carpenter backing this bill that would give Kentucky authority to ignore any new federal gun control laws that ban or place restrictions on those assault weapons. Similar legislation is in the early stages in Tennessee and Missouri as well. Now, folks we talked to shopping at Dunn's Sporting Goods in Paducah say they like the bill. Jason Lindsay, he's here right now in the studio preparing for an experiment that could save you up to 11 cents per gallon. You can't beat that. And Paducah Tillman took on the Lone Oak Purple Flash in the 2nd District Championship, but there was something else on the line in that game. Jeff Bidwell will be here a little later with all the details. The time is now 8:40. Remember, you're watching WPSD Local 6 Saturday.
Coming up early next week.
Thank you, Kyle, and thank you for watching Local 6 Saturday. We want you to join us back here tonight for Local 6 at 6.